What's up, beautiful people? Sending all of you tons of love and positive energy. Just a reminder that you are deserving of the best life possible. So go create that shit. Okay. On today's episode, guys, Jalisa stops by for a chat. She is a host of the Side Effect podcast. Her purpose is to open minds and question things we have thought our whole lives, and she does that and so much more. Followed her for a little while now. Her questions she poses makes you look at situations from a different perspective, and that's what we are about here too. So Jalisa, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, everybody.
I gave you a little mini red carpet, but for those who don't know you, let us know who you are and what you got going
on. Well, my name is Jalisa. I started podcasting last summer because during the election, people were like, you need to start a channel or something, because I was pointing out a lot of weird things going on, and is this CGI, is this, is this that, and it went from that, and also people who were just more pro-Trump and did not like what was going on with Biden were just like, you need to start something. So I started it. I am a teacher, and I've been trying to balance what I can say, but now I don't even care because I've gotten in so much trouble that who cares anymore? I'll just say whatever. This is my last 4 weeks of school, and
Oh, that's interesting.
It's time to tell the truth.
That's like a specific role. How's that environment? It's all bullshit. The history, the curriculum, all that shit.
Yeah, I am a world history teacher, so it's cool. Kind of hard. I mean, I loved history. In school, it was my favorite subject, and I would always because I had a good memory. But over the doing this for the last 10 years, I talked to the kids good memory doesn't equal smart. That's what school is. If you memorize the facts, correctly, then you make good grades. And if you can't, then no. So it's been hard because now I'm just everything's fake, y'all. And so when I teach a lesson, I say supposedly and allegedly this happened. So I make sure to tell the kids, don't take everything for fact, because it's just thousands of years ago. I wasn't there. You weren't there. No one was there. So we can't even confirm any of this. So just do it for the test.
That's why they say history repeats itself, because they're just repeating the same shit that they teaching.
Yeah, it's over. It's the same thing. It became so why do we even have to learn this? I don't even I feel bad even teaching it to them, because I'm this isn't.
You're giving them bullshit at that point.
Yeah, because I'm this isn't. I don't know if this is real. I wasn't there. I don't know. Who knows? No one knows. I just want to talk to them about other stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot. And then with the COVID stuff, yeah,
it's a lot. So I guess internally, in a way, in a sense, you're the gatekeeper to help the kids look at things from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they do see it. I mean, we still have some at the first day of school, I was talking to them about masks and vaccines.
I just walked around without that fucking face diaper.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't wear it, and so I got in a lot of trouble. I got so many write-ups and so many your job, and I was I don't care. I don't care. I'll figure it out. I'm somebody who will figure it out. Another school will take me who has it as optional. There's a shortage of teachers. You're not scaring me with my job. I will be okay.
I don't get it twisted.
Yeah, okay. There's plenty of jobs, plenty of people hiring. Just do whatever. So yeah, but it was a lot of my district was very political with it. There's nonstop emails. Get your vaccine, wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. And I was oh my gosh, enough already.
Go away.
The kids were brainwashed. Some of them still, there's a few who still wear them. I've never seen what they look like.
Damn.
Still, to this day. And
it just take away your identity though.
Yeah. That's all I know. All I know is this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And school's about to be up in 4 weeks, and I don't even know what they look like.
Damn.
Yeah. So I just tell them, I always tell them, I don't want to force my beliefs on you, but if whatever you believe, don't believe it because of feelings, believe it because you, it's factual.
Yeah.
And not because somebody told you, or they gave you a sob story, and or they're making you feel guilty. Like, no, that's not why you should be believing in something. So
Fuck that. Now you're doing I give teachers a lot of credit because I wanted to be a teacher once upon a time, and just like the awesomeness that you're able to like help kids. Like I think that's so.
yeah, it used to be fun because I'm in high school, so it's like, and I taught seniors my first 2 years, so it's like the fun stuff like prom and graduation and all those activities. And now every time I walk in there, I'm just like, get me out of here. I can't do this anymore. It is so bad. I hate that I've lost like the love for it because of the politics, and they've ruined it to where now that we don't have mask mandates anymore, they're like, do you want to stay? We don't have to wear masks anymore. I was like, no, you guys are the ones who wrote me up, and now you're turning around and saying, please stay.
Yeah.
Like, well, it was like one of my assistant principals, like, well, it was my job. Like, I had to tell you, I'm like, at some point you have to bend the rules though.
Yeah, you got, that's anything in life.
I'm like, what? No. No, yeah, it was bad. Like, it got really bad.
Yeah, maybe that was just like the transition you needed to like.
No, it was. I think it was. Like, I think, and it's so cliche, but everything happens for a reason. Like, I think it was my time is up. I had 7 years there, and then I look at that number like, okay, 7. I feel like that's like a number that means next. And I did 10 years in the district, so it's like a finale number. It's over. It's the end.
Curtains closing.
Yeah, that's it.
The day closed.
Welcome, you guys. Had a great time with you, but it's time to move
on out and did my thing. I fuck with that. When did you kind of like, I always ask people this because I'm always curious about like people and their individual like journeys. Like when did you have like I always call it remembering, because like you're just remembering who you are, just remembering your essence as you're being. When did you kind of get this remembering in your journey?
Well, I've always been somebody, because I worked in music for a really, really long time, and I liked.
Did you play?
What'd you say? Did
you play any instruments?
No, like in the music industry.
Okay.
Radio. I started in radio when I was 18, and I like to be like the background person, like behind the scenes. I did not like being in front of the camera. I didn't want to be the center of attention at all. And I did that for a really long time, and then working for a company that did music festivals and, Astroworld, they produced, all those big festivals. But it wasn't until, and I knew what stuff like would happen in the industry, but I didn't become more vocal until like literally like 2020, when I started to realize that people were waking up and seeing what was going on, and like my job being on the line and stuff. And then I was like, no, like I have so much credibility in the city and everything that I do that I'm not going to be quiet anymore. And just realizing like all the context I had and all the stuff that I knew I was capable of doing, just, with stuff that I'm certified in, what is it called? Like everything that you get is it accreditation? What is it called?
Is it accreditation?
Is that even a real word?
No,
everything that I've accomplished.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, everything that I've accomplished, over time, I was like, okay, like, no, y'all are not going to keep me silent anymore. And I'm going to speak up. And then realizing like people actually were listening to me.
You call everything out in that bullshit. You present the fact.
Yeah, it's the Aquarius in me. We're very blunt, sarcastic.
Gotta be done. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's what we need to hear, though.
Yeah.
What we need to
also
hear.
Because I think that people are like, it's mostly with work, because it's all I was doing the last 2 years, because I really didn't go anywhere. But everybody's just so passive aggressive, and so like, you can say whatever you want to, and you're still going to be there. I'm still going to be there. You're not going to send me anywhere. You need me.
Right.
I was like the glue to the school with the fun stuff and bringing artists and, all the cool things. So I was like, and I have that mentality now, like, okay, so what? Fire me? Okay, next. So I don't like to kiss people's butts.
Oh, hell no, I'm never going to ask kisser. I'll network my way to the top. I ain't doing none of that shit.
No, I don't. I just can't. I cannot fake. My sister was talking about it today. She's like, you cannot fake liking somebody. Like, people will know
you feel it.
They don't like you. And I don't say anything. I'm sorry?
It'll be on your face too.
Yeah. I'm just like, I won't say anything to you directly. You'll just know, like you'll read it. You'll see.
I just let my vibration show it. Like you know that.
Yeah, you're just like, nope. So yeah, so just I want to say 2020 was my like, I think like, no, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm me. Look at all the stuff that I've done in the
Fact.
last 10 years. Like, what in the world? Yeah, so
Right.
that's my journey.
Okay, shit. I've noticed too, like, ooh, I don't like the echo. Hello, hello. Okay, fuck that. I don't like that. Oh wait, no. You might see a random cat.
You might see a what?
Random cat and
Oh, I saw it in the corner.
okay. What was I saying? Oh no. So with all those connections, I guess too, like I've noticed like just in life in general, it's just all about networking. That's like the most important thing you can do.
Oh yeah. I just had and this is random, but my dad, I was asking, looking for a dentist, and my dad's like, I know a dentist. And this is like girlfriend's son-in-law. And I'm like, man, it pays to know people because he like literally is gonna cut my bill in half.
Real.
But just like, yeah, just I mean, I've always told my students like it's not what you know, it's who you know. Anything if I can get something for free, go get around something like, but I'm not gonna have like a not genuine relationship. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want
But then you're
fake a
faking it.
relationship to get something out of it. Because no, if you don't like me or you don't, then okay, I'll just go through someone else.
And the interesting thing about I guess like haters or like those people who like judging you and shit, all they doing is projecting.
Yeah.
All they doing is projecting.
Yeah, it got, well, you mean strangers or like people I
Oh
actually knew?
shit. People you actually knew too.
Oh yeah, it got weird. Like I mean, like I said, 2020 was like the big shift with like, I don't know, everybody just changed.
Yeah.
I think everyone became more vocal in, their opinions on things, and
Yeah.
so they
They're not
started
giving
to
a fuck.
see, yeah, people were looking at me and calling me white supremacist and all kinds of crazy stuff that I'm like, just because I agree with something doesn't mean that no.
But it's the label. They want to label you, and that's how you do the whole division tactic with
Yeah.
what's going on.
I'm gonna put these headphones on because my speaker is a little bit muffled.
No, you're good. But then too, so it's interesting. So with COVID, I'm really big on like creating a reality and just letting that be like the message and my essence. So like during the whole COVID shit, like intuitively I knew that it was like for like something ain't feel right, but it was something that I learned later on was needed to wake people up or have like people have a deeper introspection. If it wasn't for that, the entire like the magnitude was a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people, and that's why there's the theater of the whole COVID shit is dwindling.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think and I had even tweeted about that with like Trump and Biden. It was like, I think
Trump was funny as fuck.
He's hilarious to me. I think that they needed him to like show the different dynamics between the left and the right or Democrat, Republican or whatever. And then seeing like the insanity that to me that's going on with them and the stuff that they're pushing and the agenda stuff and people realizing like, oh, maybe I made a mistake and I don't think voting is like real, but
no, not at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's real, but if we're going back to 3D world, people are like, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have voted for him or whatever. And I had people like stop talking to me and whatever, but then now they're coming back. They've came back around or whatever, or they just, we just kind of are like this now. But I think it was needed to, I think he's going to come back.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Hey, I do too. I ain't gonna stunt.
I think he's going to come back because more of like, if we're getting into conspiracies.
Let's get into it if you want to get into it.
Okay, well, that's what I think.
That's my lingo. We in the right place.
Yeah, I think that he's being used. It's like they're both bad, but like he's like it's like the good witch and the bad witch kind of thing.
But they both represent the same thing.
Yeah, but he's gonna be used as like the savior, kind of like Elon, like used as a savior and whatever. And I mean, I agreed with a lot of some of the stuff that, because I come from a more conservative family. But he is hilarious to me. I don't get offended by anything.
I don't either.
So I thought he was funny, and I was like, why are you laughing at that? Why are you supporting that? Why are you posting that? Why? I'm like, it's funny. Like, laugh. Who cares?
Like, people was like heated when Ye was wearing the hat, but I'm like, bro, it's just about how you view the situation. It's all perspective, and you viewing to see with hate and rage. Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah, and just again, overall, just like looking at policy, take him away. If you're just looking on paper, like, which one looks better on paper? I don't want no LGBTQ plus AI, all the extra letters and stuff. I don't want to. All the extra letters. Like, what? Like, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And people just gotta know. And I've said this a million times. Like, we've all grown up differently. We've all lived lives differently. That is why and how we form our opinions the way that we do. Because I come from a military background. My parents were retired military. My dad worked for a prison. He's like pro-cop and all that. So, we don't have the exact same perspectives, because I get pulled over almost every single day. I got pulled over yesterday from the same cop.
Were you speeding?
I was my mom lives in like this little city. And so the same cop pulled me over. The one that pulled me over like 2 weeks ago, he pulled me over again yesterday. And he
had to let you go at this point.
Yeah, he did. He was like, oh my gosh, it's you again. Because I don't have a front license plate. And because there's no nothing there, it fell off. And I was just like, I'll just leave it. And I'll just put the plate somewhere in my car. And he was like, I said, man, y'all got nothing to do around here. It's pulling me over. So I got really nervous with cops. I don't like them. I've had experiences. So
not fair.
But yeah, people just gotta know, like, we're all different. And why people get all mad? Like, all my tweets, there people getting all mad.
It's like it's dealing with cognitive dissonance. It like goes against everything they believe in.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're so blunt, quote unquote, it's not blunt. I
don't think so. I just ask.
It's not blunt. You just speak it. You feel me? They don't like that, so they get triggered. Like, no, you're wrong. I don't like that. Rawr.
Like, okay, like that. Like, I had posted this guy today he commented on a post, and he was like, oh, your crazy ass is still posting conspiracies. And I'm like,
you took the time to say that.
And I was like, who are you? And I didn't even know who it was. It was just like a picture of a car.
Wow.
And then I never reply back to people, but I wrote back and I was like, why are you here? Who, like, literally no one sent for you. Who are you? And then he wrote back and said that I keep popping up on his suggested.
There's a block in me,
Yeah. He's like, you keep popping up on my suggested feed and I unfollowed you, so I just thought I'd look again to see if you're still talking about that stuff, and you are.
Well, yep, it's talking same thing. We'll tomorrow.
Yep, I'm not catering to feelings. Like, I don't do that.
I don't give a fuck. Who are you? I don't even know you.
Like, your name is Astros. His name was Astros on there. I'm like, go away. Like, just go away. But it's always the hate is always from your species, your men, the men.
Wait, why you gotta say you?
Y'all, because you're a guy, unless you're a trans.
That's right. No, 100% guy. 100% guy. 100% guy.
Yeah, but it's always like men just being like really angry. I'm like, why are y'all so mad?
Damn. I wonder if it like challenges something, like in a male psyche. I
don't know. I think it's because it is easier to get snappy with a woman. Because you think you're a man.
Y'all snap back. That ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, no, it's not. Nope. They've been making fun of hairlines and everything. Those women are getting ruthless.
You going for that jugular? Don't go let you know. You are big and bad behind the screen. Nah.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of people. They talk a lot of noise, and I'm like, but you wouldn't say this in person.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it in person. You would not say it. I am somebody who would say, like sometimes when I say stuff, I'm like, dang, like I'm really bold for saying that.
Wait, so are you the elephant in the room? Would you just, would that be a
Yeah, like they, or people look at me like, oh, waiting on you to say it, or you know, I think because it's like you said, stuff is just some stuff needs to be said.
Yeah.
And until it does, or until like it's always like when we tell the kids like somebody raise their hand because someone else could have that same question, and they're too afraid to like you know do this because they don't want to look dumb. Some people don't want to speak up because like especially with the math stuff, so many teachers hated it. They would confide in me, complain to me, and I'm like, well then just take it off. Oh no, and they didn't want to get in trouble or whatever. I'm just like, finally, I was like, fine.
But like you said, it was another school you can go to if need be. You got options.
That's what, and I had to remind people like, there's a shortage. There's a national shortage. You can go anywhere. They will probably take you. Like, it's not going to be that hard to find a job. With anyone, with anything, like people got to remember that. Like I just was talking with somebody who said he was listening to one of my episodes about, you know, taking your PTO, taking your vacation. Like, don't feel guilty.
No, you definitely reminded me about that one. So much gratitude.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, because I'm somebody who I will use all my days. I'll use all of them. I will not feel guilty. If your job, and I say if your job can't go without you for 8 hours, something is wrong. They need more people.
How long would you be gone for your vacations? Like if you take like your PTOs?
The longest I've done was a week. And that was crazy because I was like, that's a long time. I usually do like a Friday or a Monday and, you know, just like the 3 days.
Yeah.
But I did a whole week. I went to Egypt.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, I do not regret any of this.
How was that? You can't just say that randomly and act like that.
Oh, I went twice. That's how great it was. I went the first time because it was cheap. It was like $500 something dollars.
That is cheap for a trip to Egypt.
For international, yeah.
Yeah, because I pay like seven, 8 to go to the UK. So $5, that's.
I think that's how much, because I went in 2020 and I want to say my tickets were like almost like 1,000.
Hey, it's worth
almost,
it.
Yeah, I would say almost just to go to London. Yeah, so that's crazy.
Just gotta drop that bag. Did you go by the how was the experience when you was there?
Well, I went by myself the first time. It was very eye-opening because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a woman, and like, how do they treat women over here? And you know, but luckily I found a Facebook group that was like, it was called Girls Who Travel. It's like thousands of women in there, and I told them my situation, and then they started suggesting like tour guides and that they've done solo trips. Yeah, so I recommend everybody to go, especially if you're Black. If you're darker skinned, you know, you should go. It was really nice.
Were you able to look at the stars?
Did I look at the stars? I don't think I even wanted to go outside because I was like after daytime, I was like, oh, go inside, stay in your room. I was by myself. Yeah, I didn't want to walk around. But the second time I went, I was outside because I ended up, the first time I met up some random girls from Instagram. I found their page. I saw them comment on, and this is really weird, on the tour guide's Instagram. And they were like, oh, can't wait for next week. And so then I messaged her. I was like, hey, I'm going too. Let's meet up, whatever. So I met them up, and one of the girls had a mutual friend. She and I shared a mutual friend.
Wow.
And they were from Boston. So it was very, very weird. I was like, how is this? We're in freaking Egypt and we know the same people.
No coincidences though.
Yeah.
No coincidences.
I know. I was just like, oh, what is this?
How did this happen?
I know. It's weird.
Are you into like law of attraction manifestation?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm into more now than before.
I guess what does it mean to you now?
Well, now I truly believe like you can speak everything into existence. Because I grew up Catholic, I was told like astrology, dream interpretation, all of that stuff was bad.
That's wild to think dream interpretation is bad though.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That like and I would be scared to like look up stuff because I'm like, oh no, I'm going to hell. And like horoscopes, zodiac, all that, like I was told it was bad and don't look it up. And the only way you can get things is by praying to God and talking to God and whatever. But now the more awakened me has realized like we are God. And
Facts.
we are God, and we can
Facts.
speak things, and we can yeah, like I always make sure I'm very careful with my words, you know.
All the yes.
Telling people, like I tell my students.
Do you check people if they say something like in front of you, like say I'm broke?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta check you.
Yeah, my students, when they're like, "Oh, I'm broke," I'm like, "Don't say that.
Never.
Don't say I'm broke. Say I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna get it." You know,
Facts.
just like change your wording. And I had to teach my sister that too, because she was, you know, she would say stuff like, even like silly, like I'm so dumb or whatever. Like, don't say stuff like that.
Yeah, your inner child listening too.
Yeah, you're going to manifest that. So
yeah,
I think because I've learned that people think that like my life is so easy, and look at her, she just gets everything. I'm like, well, learn how to do it,
exactly.
and then
you
too can get things in life.
It's no, it's with religion, it never sat right with me. I call bullshit at an early age. Like I remember sitting in church and it's just not feeling right in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
it was
listen.
that's I would go because I thought I was supposed to, and then I would go every Sunday. And then I was in a relationship, and he did not like going to my Catholic church, so he took me to Baptist church, and it was like the typical Black church that lasts like 5 hours long. Yeah. I was like, I need Catholic church 1 hour. I'm in and out. I'm done. But I didn't feel any. Yeah, I didn't feel anything though when I was there. But then when I went to his church, I could feel it a little bit more. And then we weren't together anymore. So I started going to Lakewood. And then that was completely different too, because Lakewood is, Lakewood. Joe Osteen, he's so controversial. And yes. I'm like, oh, I like him. I'm like, why is everybody hating on him? Y'all don't even go to church. You don't even know.
You don't know.
And then, and then now it's like, oh, now I don't know if I trust him.
You getting that close up look. You feel me?
Yeah, I was. I heard they found a bunch of money stored in the walls. And
that was smart though. I ain't gonna stunt. That was smart.
Like, go ahead and slide me some.
Can't knock you for that one, big fella.
And then but it wasn't until they shut down all the churches and stuff in COVID, and that's when I feel like I have a stronger connection now, like a more spiritual connection, because you realize like what's life. What is important when you can't do what you thought you were, like I was always at concerts and festivals, and I love doing this. And then I realized like, I don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Like that lifestyle is not for me. It's not fun anymore. Like I just look at, enjoyable. I used to be like mad, like, man, I didn't get to go. I missed it. Now I'm just like, whatever, who cares?
Let me ask you, are you like a introvert and extrovert at the same time? Like you like doing things, but then you like your space?
I think I'm like a 1 hour extrovert. When I go out, I literally, like when it hits an hour, I'm like ready to leave. I always drive by myself. I don't like riding with people.
Hell no.
No.
I like leaving when I want to leave. I need the access immediately.
Yes, like we need to go. Or I actually leave without saying bye though. That's like my thing. Like I just disappear, and then I get a text, "Where'd you go?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm at home."
It just faded off into the background.
It's just weird. I don't know. I think it's because something like my dad would always tell us, "Don't say bye, don't say goodbye, just say like see you later." So I never would want to have that like guilt of like saying goodbye to someone. That sounds like forever.
Yeah, that's true.
I just kind of leave. Like
words are spells too, though.
Yeah. So like the last thing I just want to have a conversation. Like we just leave off that conversation.
Yeah.
And not whatever. Because people say bye, like, kind of like you're saying about spells, like good morning and stuff like that. When people say that, I'm like, ugh, don't say that to me. But when I don't say it back, I feel like they think I'm being rude.
What do you say?
I don't want to get in. I just say, hey. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, I just never have liked it. Even before I learned all that stuff, I just never liked it.
It didn't feel right with you?
Yeah, I never liked saying good morning. And I feel like, you're rude. I'm like, no, it feels weird. It sounds weird. Like, I don't like it.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to speak that spell.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that. Mm-hmm. But then too, one thing I'm not learning, but I'm very careful with what music I listen to because I know like the vibration, the frequencies in it. So like some shit I used to like, I'll lift to, or it's like let's do like on some like you want to pump yourself up kind of shit. But now it's like I can't. It's like based on the words, even too, and just the vibe. It's like nah.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
That's how I was. I forgot what song I was listening to. I wanted to say it was some rap song, but they were talking about dying or suicide or something, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna say that.
A lot
I don't
of
want to say
Uzi
that.
shit like that too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I fuck with you, but some music I can't.
Yeah, I pause. I'm like, I don't want to speak that.
It's like why? Why do I want to? Why do I want to do that?
It feels off. Yeah.
No, I'm just careful with because now I'm kind of like getting bored in my reality. Like you manifest things, like not just manifest things, like things you want because you create as you go. Okay, I don't like this situation. Let me just create a different outcome. I look at life like a movie. These are all characters playing a role. Extra stage left kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I guess just like having that perspective on life goes a long way because you can see through the bullshit. It doesn't affect you. It's all comedy. It's all a play.
Yeah. Do you I was gonna ask you, like, when did you start, all of this awakening of yours?
Shit, mine started after a bad relationship in college. I was going through a depression at the time, looking for myself, finding myself. The person I was with at the time reminded me about the concept of we are gods, and it felt right with the information. So, fast forward, started looking up things on YouTube, like frequent, like what's that shit called? Like the 111s, 222, just videos like that.
The numerology.
Yeah, the numerology. Yeah. So just going down that rabbit hole, and then as you know, like once you're a different vibration, then things start attracting. So now I'm finding Twitter, like-minded people on Twitter. So I'm like, damn. So I'm not alone. It's it's other people out there. And I remember when I left school, I was living with my mom's at the time, and I was watching the documentary The Secret on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
And I remember just like sitting there and like an explosion go off in my mind. Like I see fireworks and it just click in that moment. Like, damn, so I can create my reality. And I was like, bet. And everything just changed from there. And then I kind of just like remembered that like my purpose here, I just want to give back to the collective and be, like your favorite book that you read, like the Napoleon Hills of the world or and other amazing authors. Like,
is he the one that did the devil book?
Outwitting the Devil. I love that
that's
book.
such a good book.
I love that book.
Some girl like randomly suggested. I was like, let me listen to it, and I was like, dang, this is deep. This is good.
That was his best book in my opinion.
Yeah. And I was like, I know that name. Yeah, that was a good book.
That was a great book. Talked about religion and all that shit. I was like, damn. So I just want to so I'm working on a book. I want to just create a body of information. So for the next generations to come, they can wake up faster if they so choose to.
Yeah. Do you think, have you heard of Dolores Cannon?
I love Dolores Cannon.
Oh, yeah. So do you think that the next kids are, because my students are like, a lot of them, they know. Like we have like some of them, like they're like, oh, I couldn't wait for one girl. She never comes to class, like ever. She came and she's like, oh, I was so excited. I was waiting for you to come because I hadn't been coming to some of my classes. And she's like, I couldn't wait for you to come so I can ask you about this question about this TikTok that I saw. And then I was like, what TikTok? And she's like, about Ethiopia being on another calendar and stuff. And then we just I just didn't teach a lesson. I was like, y'all, let's look this up. I pull up Twitter and we start watching videos, and
that's real.
They know, a lot of them know. Like one of my classes is like, I call them the awakened class because most of them are all
starting young though. Maybe that's the point.
And the astrology kids, like they're all into that. They're not a church going. Some are because it is predominantly Black and Hispanic, so they're still in a traditional, sense. But a lot of them, they know, and I mean they learn through TikTok and stuff. But
look at it from this perspective. I mean, well, one of many perspectives. The work that we're doing right now, right? Everyone being on the same frequency, get on the same frequency of like wanting change and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're done with this experience, they then are continuing to rise up, but even and continue what we were doing, and it makes even more bigger impact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a constant momentum.
Yeah.
At this point.
I think that they're hopefully, and then so starting with COVID, I think being high school age, I think that's when you start, because that's when I started, like that's when September 11th happened. I was in the 8th grade, and that's when I started to like see a lot of stuff and started to look into like Nostradamus.
Yeah, when
I was like 9th grade, I want to say. And then I started watching, Jesse Ventura had a show, like a conspiracy show, and I would watch that too. And I was like, I don't know how true this is, but that's where it started, like high school level. So
do you believe in like the CGI bullshit they be feeding?
Oh yeah. I'm like looking at them, I'm like, look at that glitch. Look at how you look right now. They wouldn't have no shame putting that blurry background and
but putting on TV. They admit it. Like it was a Obama Oprah special, I think, or some shit.
Oh yeah, the green screen thing where the both of them were in the same room. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like,
well, like the Biden thing where he's like outside and the microphone's like right here and he's like putting his hand through it, and then they're like, no, fact checkers say that's not CGI. I was like, oh, okay, oh good.
We're gonna believe
said, yeah, fact checker said so. No,
we don't believe that shit. No, once I realized like it was all just theater, I was like, damn, y'all literally are like puppet masters. Like literally.
Like watch this show.
Watch
that we're doing. Yeah.
And then when they be showing like the little dead bodies and shit, but it just be crisis actors.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Oh my gosh, yes. So my coworker told me that she gets a lot of heat for like posting me on her Facebook and stuff, or like reposting whatever. And she said that it was an old coworker of ours, that she's like, why would you post her stuff? She just is on that show with the guy who doesn't believe Sandy Hook is real. And she's like, well, it's because it's her, not because of the content or whatever. And then I was telling her, I was like, I've seen like people did side-by-sides of that, of like the principal or, whoever is in that story and is also in the Boston bombing story. And they did like side-by-sides of like everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people are in multiple stories. Like, so that's why probably people don't believe that it happened.
Come on now.
I don't believe any national story. I don't believe any like big thing that I was like, no, that didn't happen. That's
if it's mainstream, then it's definitely being scripted.
Yeah. I was like, that's not real.
They tell you with wrestling too. Like this all scripted, reality TV.
Yeah, I knew a guy who did the script writing for WWE.
Crazy.
Like, so like, I mean, but you could tell it's fake though.
Like, I was heartbroken when I learned when I was young. Yeah. Like, wow, you were my heroes.
I'm gonna see if I can take a screenshot of this, our picture, so that I could post it.
Much gratitude.
Let's see, really quick. Oh wait, am I in the? My camera's in the thing. Oh, I gotta
it's okay. It's okay.
I'll just crop it out. Let's see if it'll.
I fuck with the brand logo too in the hoodie.
The what?
Your brand logo and your hoodie.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my this lady who does like pretty much everybody's stuff here in Houston, like all the rappers, everything, and she did this as a favor because she thinks I'm crazy. She's like, I have to do this for you.
Crazy is good.
Wait, that's a oh wait, why is the light flashing like that? Ew. It's on a timer. You gotta smile. Oh no, it didn't come. It's okay. It'll be fine for Twitter.
Oh good. So damn, I forgot what we were talking about now. Oh no. Oh, one thing I've noticed, and I'm glad I'm talking to you.
Are you still recording it or no?
No, I'm still recording. Yeah.
Oh, I don't see the little record thingy.
No, it's still showing. I see it. It's still showing.
Oh, it's on here. Okay, yeah.
I was I know they clone people, right? And like recently with the whole dirt clone thing, I'm
What is
like, are
that?
they like Lil Durk?
Oh,
The
Lil
rapper
Durk. Oh, they said
yeah.
dirt. Like,
Oh no no no
oh,
no no.
oh, you like doppelgangers.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn, are they like? Because it's all theater, right? So I'm
Mhm.
like, damn, are they showing like saying, hey, we have clones of people we can make?
I think, well, someone had said that they think they're messing with like timelines, like multiple dimensions
Mm,
are overlapping because, and I always talk about this movie because I think everybody should watch it, a
what's the
parallel
movie?
movie. Parallel. It's called Parallel.
Okay,
It's on Amazon.
I'm gonna
You
give
haven't
it a
seen
look.
it?
No, I'm gonna give it a look though.
Okay, good. So I'll tell you what it's about. Though I won't tell you what happens. But like four friends find a mirror where they can go in and go through another dimension, and they see themselves, but they're like, you know, a different occupation, or there's like something slightly different
Okay.
with each dimension that, you know, you go through, or they say like it's you, but you might be like a celebrity or a cop, or, you know, you have different
That's so
occupations.
interesting.
You
Though.
still have all the connections with everyone, you know, they're just in a different way.
Different roles.
Yeah, like my best friend could probably just be like somebody I know, but she's not my best friend, you know. So it's a different, yeah, so it's really weird. So I was like, everybody should watch that. So that's what I think, that maybe they're almost, they kind of look like them, but then I think it's just, how do you like look like somebody but you don't share their DNA,
Right.
like exactly like it, you know? I've been told like, well, it's like there's only so many combinations of things you can do before you start to repeat it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, isn't that not infinite?
At that point, yeah, true.
Isn't like, you know, or we have infinite universes or infinite, or does it stop somewhere? And if it stops, where does it stop?
See, that's the thing too. I don't think it stops because I was all because before I remembered who we are, I will always question like, okay, does God have a God? And if that God has a God, then who's the God of that God? It's just like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a never-ending loop. But I just
Yeah.
think it's like just it's I don't fucking know. I just think we're here to experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just to learn and grow. So at that point, it's always going to be different timelines and different versions of reality that we can tap into.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a giant ass spider web.
Yeah, I don't know. Like every day I'm just sitting here like, and I stay at home so much now. I
I
actually
do
like
too.
being here. I like being here. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even want to work. I don't want to clock in nowhere. I just want to do this
You and
all
your
day, every
solitude.
day. Yeah, it's just so peaceful. Like I don't know. And I used to not be like that. I was like, I hate being here. I want to go out. I'm moving the streets. And now I'm like, I want to be home.
Just like you just enjoy being with yourself.
Yeah, just like I'm on Twitter all day almost, just reading. Like people think like I'm just reading, consuming information all the time. And that's people's problem. They don't read.
No, they
That's why they
don't.
don't know. Like how many people could say they read Outwitting the Devil? Not that many.
None at all.
Yeah,
That
no.
was
And I have like all these books. Well, I got some behind
what's
me.
your
I got-
what books do you read or have read?
I've read, like actually read like The Outliers,
I've heard of that.
Malcolm Gladwell, I want to say. That was a good book because it's about like what makes certain people stand out. Like why it's more like of luck, chance, the time you were born, like Bill Gates, you know, he's at the time where we didn't have computers. Or like could there be another Bill Gates right now? No, because we already have like what he invented or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a good book. What else I got? I got like a lot of books out there. I can't really see. I just got these.
Okay.
I just got this one. Somebody suggested this on Twitter, the Anunnaki,
Gospel.
and
Oh,
then
interesting.
this Book of Enoch. And then I got the Dolores Cannon book.
I love Dolores Cannon.
About the volunteers, the 3 waves of volunteers.
Yeah.
And I want to get the Nostradamus one. What else have I read? I have books that I haven't opened up yet. I have the Alchemist.
Love The Alchemist.
I have that one. I read that one.
Are you familiar with Abraham Hicks? I think you would enjoy Abraham Hicks.
No.
I'll message after this to remind you. But it's a lady who channels multiple like light beings, and they just remind you how powerful you are and use your powers basically.
Have you ever seen another being or another entity?
I've seen my alien face when I was tripping on not shrooms, on acid.
You seen an alien face of you?
I've
That's
seen my
weird.
face. Yeah, I've seen my
That's
face.
scary.
I was looking in
That's
the I
scary.
was looking in the mirror, and then like it was just like little, like think of a star, but like that star is on your face, like multiple on your face. You just like can't describe the colors, like a blackish, bluish, but it just looks so cool. And I was like, wow, so this is what I look like, kind of shit.
That's
Like
weird.
I'm checking in with myself, kind of like on some Matrix shit.
Yeah, that is weird. I always wanted to like meet my doppelganger. I want to find somebody that looks like me,
Ooh.
like the one that looks exactly like me. That'd be
What
weird.
it-
I would
what do you-
ask my kids. I was like, "Oh, y'all, what if y'all walked in a room and you were sitting in there? Like, what would you do?"
I don't even know. I'll definitely walk up to myself and like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Did you see the guy who looked like Kevin Hart? He was African, I think.
No.
Yeah, and they actually, because on the Breakfast Club, and he looked exactly like him. He thought he had an app, but it wasn't an app. And so they pulled up the video, and he was like, "Whoa, like,
Damn.
what the heck?" And they were like, asked him, because he knew about him, and he asked him, like, "Have you contacted him?" And he was like, "No. Like, why would I do that?" He was like afraid. I don't know why. I would. I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, let's play a joke on somebody."
Let's make fun of it.
Yeah, like that's weird. I did though have someone in middle school. I would always get called another girl's name, and I was like, "Who is that?" And then I saw a picture of her very briefly, but I was like, "Ew, she does look like me."
I don't like this.
Same. Yeah, it was weird.
That'd be
yeah,
weird.
I think that'd
If you
be
meet
really
your
cool.
doppelganger, I don't
Like,
know.
what would you do?
I will have a conversation. Like me knowing me, I'm like, look, how did you enter this reality? Like,
Yeah,
let's talk.
there's been a like a big not to say national story, but they had like two girls. I mean, they look exactly alike. Like, let's see if I can find it while we're talking.
Like, I do think it's clones out there.
I think so too. I know. I've watched videos of like, these older white men talking about how they make clones. And
Have you seen this cartoon called Inside Job on Netflix?
I watched a little bit of it. Yes. Okay. So
they tell a lot of shit.
these girls are, I don't know. Can you see this?
Wait, no,
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
They are not. They look like twins.
They do.
They talk the same. They're not twins.
That's scary.
Yeah. So they met. They did a whole like show and stuff with them. But they did. I watched a documentary on people who look just like the others, and some of them are like, they did not look the same. But a lot of them did. Yeah, it was weird.
Are you like, for me? I can't watch TV anymore. Like, I can watch certain things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's either listen to a podcast or like digesting information.
Mm-hmm. I watch a lot of documentaries.
Yeah, same.
Although I am right now watching Ozark because that's really good.
I mean, there's no judgment here. I'm watching my YouTube judges.
No, there's some like I don't like shows. Like people are like, have you seen Power? I've never seen that show. I don't even know. Like all those like trendy shows, never seen it. But I don't know how I started watching Ozark. I think it's because
something about it is catching you though.
The cartel. It's like the cartel. I don't know. But it's really good. Like it's really, really good. But other than that, and you, have you seen that on Netflix?
I've seen that. That's a crazy ass show.
Yeah. The first like 2 seasons were good, and then the third one they started getting very like COVID and like the agenda pushing, and then I was like, okay, you don't have to bring COVID and vaccines up in this episode. Like it was. She's like, oh, the anti-vaxxers made my son sick. I was like, oh, I'm turning this off, and I never watched the rest of it. I was like, I can't watch this.
It was this show. They look like nuns and maids.
Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale. That shit never sat right with me.
I never seen it. My sister, my mom were watching it, watched it, but I never watched it.
My soul screamed, do not watch that. Because I guess like that's one of the agenda end dates that was wanted kind of thing. So I'm not about to contribute to this creation. Yeah. Hell no.
Yeah. I did see that. There's talking about something about women who can't get pregnant or something like nobody could get pregnant or
causing infertility issues. You can't bring in the new souls. into the
Well, that's
world.
what's happening right now.
Yep, big facts.
My coworkers like lost her child and she got vaccinated.
Damn.
So it's like I've known a couple of people who have miscarriages and got the vaccine.
Yes.
It's like y'all don't see a pattern.
It's either you look the other way, but
Mhm.
which a lot of people are. Like you'll hear about somebody, but you'll look the other way.
Yeah. I don't think like it's like, do they not believe or do they not want to admit that they're the ones who caused that? Their choice.
I don't think they believe.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, with how they was pushing that we're doing it for others, they're doing their service to the world.
Yeah. And it's safe.
It's safe, exactly.
It's safe and effective. I'm like, what is safe about injecting those chemicals that you can't even pronounce? Well, I don't.
Nah, I just beat COVID. I'm not just beat COVID, but I had it. I'm not vaccinated. But if you, I don't mean anybody who's listening. I don't, I don't judge.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Thank you. No, my homie just got it. So I just
I know my friends. I'm like, what? Why?
But it's
like this late in the game, or it was like from a while ago.
No, this late.
After everything that's out there.
So I'm like, but when I did have it, I was speaking to myself. I'm like, look, motherfucker, you gotta get out of my body. This ain't happening.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten sick.
There you go.
I don't get sick, but my mom is like a very holistic person. So anything, she's like, oh, you need this type of oil, you need this, you need that. So I have like in my pantry and my cabinets is like freaking a farmer's market in there. You can find anything in there.
Love it.
Any cure, you got black seed oil, you're gonna cure death. I got it for you. I got any combination. I got turmeric. I got everything.
Hey, you want to cheat death? Come fuck with me. I got you.
I got you. Every concoction you can think of, I got it.
I'll fuck with that. I always, Jalisa, I always ask this amazing episode. By the way, thank you again for being on the show. I always ask this last question to my guest: what would your message be to humanity during this time?
Oh man, that is a good one. My message is: do not take everything at face value. Read into everything. Listen to people who they call crazy, and know why. And know, because they do that in movies. The crazy one is the one who knows the truth and who's speaking the truth. Oh. So it's like believe the opposite, especially if it comes on TV. Like believe the opposite. Just like use your intuition and don't go with the crowd, because a lot of times they're wrong, and people realize like, oh man, this is what happens when you what is it called, groupthink.
Yeah, that groupthink dangerous though.
Yeah, it is. I'm always like, yeah, but a lot of people are agreeing. I don't want to do it. I ain't doing no challenge. I'm not doing no challenge. I'm not doing nothing that's trending.
Nah.
Yeah, so
I'll pass.
Use your brain. Yeah, I would say that's really is just use your brain and you make your own decisions.
Love it. What? First and foremost, thank you again for being on the show. This was an awesome episode. Fucking amazing episode.
Thanks. I feel like hopefully people are like, shut up, and then they want to just tune me out. Like, okay, we're done with this.
I believe in like whatever we say was meant to channel, and we believe the same thing. So it's just the same. It's the same vibration. So I love it. Guys, as always, you're the creator of your own reality. Everything you think, feel, and say will shape things around you. Don't take shit at face value. And like Jalisa said, do your fucking research. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.